Hey, welcome into Inside Toppers Baseball. I'm Cody Shook alongside Coach Burkle. It's a pretty big day on the hilltop here as the West Liberty men's basketball coach was just announced. Congratulations, Ben Hallett. And Inside Toppers Baseball is being filmed, so it's about as big as it gets here on the hilltop. Right, Coach?
That's a lot.
All right, so I just want to start off the show by saying please subscribe to our YouTube channel so each week when we post a video, it'll email you. And Coach Burkle also said if we don't get 5 new subscribers per week, he won't feed us on away trips. So I'm pretty sick and tired of not eating when we go on the road. It's kind of tough. And also follow us on Twitter at Toppers Baseball for live updates on games. So this past week we played Concord and UVA-Wise, and you picked Ethan Estes as our player of the week. And it kind of shows that you don't always have to show up at the plate to be a player of the week. You can help in other ways. Ethan Estes got on base 5 of 12 times and scored 4 runs. Also had 13 assists and 6 putouts with no errors at playing shortstop. I mean, he had a good weekend in the field, and he did produce at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple things that we noticed at the plate that I talked to Ethan about privately that we're going to work on today in BP. But defensively, he's back. You know, I think he was in a little bit of a shadow and a little bit of a funk there for a little bit. But watching him this weekend, that's the Ethan Estes that I recruited. You know, he can come get it both hands on the ground, and he was aggressive, made some plays in the hole. I mean, so it's fun to have him back where we know he can play. He's going to be one of the better shortstops in this conference.
All right, and then pitcher of the week, or as I should say, pitchers of the week. You named all 4 of those starting pitchers of the week because they were coming off 3 days rest. You guys will see them later here on Inside Toppers Baseball. We'll go down to the field with them, interview them, and get to know them. So all the starters were on 3 days rest as a tough week last week against Glenville and Wesleyan. And Sean started off 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. Justin Retzer 7 innings, 1 earned run, and 6 strikeouts. Greg Stegani 7 innings, the shutout with 8 strikeouts. And Yale Hughes a very dominating performance with 8 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and he had a no-hitter through 6 2/3. But I think the cool stat there is combined only 10 walks in 28 innings. That's pretty good for your pitching staff.
Yeah, it's about time, right? Anyway, no, those are 4 guys that do it right, and we pointed that out to the young guys after the weekend. That they were able to come back, throw 100 pitches each on 3 days rest because they do everything right. You know, they do the weight room, they do the pre-care, they do the aftercare, they do the running, and it showed this weekend. For them to be able to come in and dominate in 4 games like that, and winning 3 of them, you know, you feel bad for Sean. He made one mistake, and he left one pitch up in the zone for a home run, and then he throws the ball down the right field line, and then Big Wayne got on him a little bit. So Sean had to be the hard luck loser this weekend, but as a staff, that was a pretty dominating weekend for them. I'm proud of those guys.
Yeah, those really are 4 guys that you want to look up to, and that's how you build your program around guys like that. So we'll get right into it here. Concord, we played them on Friday, and game 1, you just mentioned Sean pitched. We got shut out. The bats just never really came alive. Can you talk about that 5-0 loss?
That was all their pitcher. The Beckner kid did an excellent job, man. We did not barrel up one ball on him. The hardest ball we hit was a line out to the second baseman by Ramsey, I believe. And other than that, I mean, the kid's 3-0. You know, he's figured it out. He's going to be good. I mean, there's no question in my mind. He's not overpowering, but he's calm, cool, collected, shows no emotion. I was proud of him. He did really well. He dominated us offensively.
Speaking of Ramsey, he did get hurt over the weekend, and that's our starting first baseman, and he has done a great job this year hitting the ball at the plate, on the field. He's getting better each game. Do you have any updates on him?
Well, the injury wasn't as bad as what was first diagnosed in the dugout. He is scheduled to have an MRI just to make sure. It's something that we're going to have to fight through this year, and then in the off season he's going to have to build up some muscle around that knee, try to keep the patella in a little better. But it's not as bad as we originally thought. He's still going to miss a few weeks, but we're okay. You know, Timmy Hughes is a veteran leader. He was our starting first baseman when we started the year, and then he battled an injury, and it was hard to take Tyler out of a lineup because he was leading us in average slugging percentage and home runs, and now we just plug Timmy back into the equation and we should be fine.
Yeah, and we didn't really miss a beat there because game 2 we had one big inning we scored 10 runs. We won the game 11-3. And when I think about it, it just takes that one hit and then we get going. And a 10-run inning is almost possible every game, because we had a 9-run inning against Glenville, with an 8-run inning against Wesleyan. I mean, these high-scoring innings can happen almost at any time. Can you talk about your offense and the preparation that they've done?
But it's been a long time coming. I mean, you know, the last few years, we set team goals of 4 runs one year, 5 runs, and now that goal is now 6. But there were years that you could literally, the comment was made by another coach that when a couple guys in our lineup were up, they could just move their outfielders all the way in and challenge them to hit doubles. And now guys are back on warning tracks when we're playing them. And that's just a maturity thing. We've got some bigger guys now. There's some teams that we are finally bigger than physically. But they do put their work in, and they talk, they communicate. You know, they let each other know about the pitcher. They're looking for signs in dugouts. And so it's been fun to watch, but we are a pretty mature veteran group now, so it's gotten to that point. We should be better.
All right, and then game 1 of the UVA-Wise series, Greg, got the shutout. He pitched a great game, and the Bats, they came alive again. We scored 6 runs. We won 6-0. And I mean, it's pretty easy for a pitcher to go out there when you're pitching with the lead. Yeah,
I mean, any one of our, you know, our 4 starters, and even Parker is our 5th starter right now. You feel like you have a chance in every game that you're starting. So, and then to see the Bats come through, and for years, Greg, we haven't been able to score runs for him, and now it seems like we can put some runs on the board for him, and if we can get him a 4 or 5 run lead, there's no reason that he can't keep that lead.
Right. All right, and then game 2, Yale got to pitch after playing right field for the first 3 games. He had a dominating performance off of 3 days rest. The Bats came alive, 10 hits, 6 runs, get the 6-2 victory. Talk about this whole weekend as a whole, and just really pat the pitchers on the back for their performance.
You just did.
Okay, sweet.
But no, it was a good weekend for us. You know, anytime that we can leave a weekend 3-1, that's a good weekend for us. And as long as the pitching staff stays healthy, I think we have a chance each week, week in, week out. Bullpen's getting stronger as we go. You know, we got some good outings by Mitch Binockly this weekend. Logan Maloney came in. Yale finally, as a starting pitcher, you know, he realized he has to win that 1-1 count. He has to get ahead early. That extended at bats, shortened outings. You know, he's at 59 pitches in the 6th, and then he starts to think a little bit, and he's at 89 pitches in the 7th.
Yeah. Because
he started to think too much. But that's something that he's worked on all year, and he did an excellent job. I don't think he hit anybody this weekend.
I think, yeah, you're correct.
I'm always correct.
True.
Come on.
Yep, gotcha.
But, and that's a first for him. That may be his first college outing where he did not hit anybody. So we're getting somewhere, hopefully.
All right, and then this upcoming weekend, do you have any updates on when the games are? We are playing Charleston and West Virginia State. Do you have any updates on when the games are, where they are, and what time?
Nothing set in stone at this point, but it's looking as though we are going to play Saturday, Sunday. If we can play here on Saturday, we're going to play here on the Hilltop. If not, we're going to go down to Charleston, play probably later in the afternoon, and then we're going to go to State on Sunday.
Alrighty, and Charleston is 15-7 on the season. They're 4-4 in the conference. West Virginia State's 9-12 on the season, and they're 2-6 in the conference. West Virginia State finished 2nd place in the MEC last year, so right now maybe they're just hitting a bump in the road. And Charleston, they came out of the blocks running. They were sprinting. I mean, they're 15-7. Last year, I think they went 16-32, if I'm correct, something around there. So they've really kind of turned that program around. I remember last year you said they're right on the cusp of being a good team. Do you agree with that?
Do you always guess when you're throwing numbers out? How come you don't have that information on your little iPad?
I don't know.
Anyway, Charleston, no, that's to be expected. Coach Wright, you know, like I said before, he made the comment last year that that will not happen like it did last year. And he started out good. He's got some big wins under his belt this year. So they're playing really good baseball. So they're a team to be reckoned with in the South. And State is still State, even though they're battling some injuries. They've got a center fielder that is actually fighting leukemia at this point. And he's got some other injuries to his pitching staff. I know he said his number one reliever out of the bullpen has been hurt, battling some injuries. But trust me, they're still State. You know, they're going to come out swinging. They may have hit a bump or two in the road, but we're going to go down to their place, and they're still going to be West Virginia State. And it's still that little era around it, or that little like air about them. That
Is there any added motivation to these games against State? Because we lost them 4 times last year, and 2 of them were in the conference tournament. I know for me, I mean, I didn't even play in any of those games, but those still sting because you never want to lose 4 games to a team and get knocked out of a tournament because of that team.
if it doesn't sting, you're in the wrong place.
Good thing it stings then.
If there's kids on this team that doesn't bother them, that they lost to State 4 times, twice in the tournament, then they're in the wrong business. They need to go somewhere else. They need to transfer, or they need to take up a new hobby because baseball isn't it.
All right, and then last season we kind of stumbled through the South to start the conference play. Can you talk about the turnaround that we've had, because we're 7-1 in the conference right now?
Last year it was frustrating because we couldn't win at home.
Right.
You know, State comes in here and sweeps us. Glenville comes in here and sweeps us. So that part was frustrating. And for the last 4 years, we've hit a little lull. It's usually right after this weekend. You know, Notre Dame, Urbana, it's when we start our Northern Division stuff that we hit that little skid. And that's the one thing as a coaching staff that we're going to avoid this year. Whether that's making changes, but we are going to avoid that little skid that we go into and see if we can't keep the train rolling a little bit.
Alrighty, well, that'll do it for this segment of Inside Toppers Baseball. Stick with us here because we're about to go down to the field and meet all the pitchers. Hey, welcome back to Inside Toppers Baseball. I see the red light's on, bro.
Dude, the red light is literally on.
So we're around the mound here with our 4 starting pitchers. You see how smart Retzer is already. So that is Justin Retzer, Sean Perry, Greg Sagani, and Yale Hughes. So guys, can you just tell us a little bit about yourselves, Retz?
Well, I'm from Fort City, Pennsylvania.
They can't hear you, Retz.
Well, I'm from Fort City, Pennsylvania. I'm a sports management major, and I'm a pitcher here at Westlake. Well, if you watched a couple weeks ago, I'm Sean Perry from Connecticut. I'm a finance major for a bit.
I'm Greg Ciani from Richmond, Ohio. I'm a health and PE major.
I'm Yale Hughes. I'm a senior exercise physiology major, also a pitcher.
Wow, very exciting. Okay,
Pitcher.
Retz, can you tell us why you came to West Liberty?
I would have to say the girls, maybe.
Solid.
I don't know. We were like rebuilding for baseball here, so I don't know. I decided to come here, and it was like one of the 2 schools that was looking at me, so I liked it.
Yeah, actually, you bring up a good point there. Before you guys came, West Liberty wasn't really on the map for baseball in any way, right, guys? They had what, 10 wins the year before?
They were not good.
But you guys, you guys came in, and you guys made an impact immediately. Most of you guys were Retz, you redshirted your freshman year, but most of you guys made an impact your very first game on the hill here. So, Sean, why did you choose to come here?
Definitely wasn't for the woman.
The woman.
Retz. With your West Lip scale. Because I don't know, it was a rebuild type program, and the way that Edwards and Burke were recruited, I liked it, I guess. Yeah.
It's exciting, Greg?
Like Dave said, it was a rebuild, and then it was a small school that had what I wanted. It was close to home.
Yeah, you and Sean are probably the furthest away. How did you find this place? Why did you come here?
Well, I played in the Beast of the East tournament a couple of years in a row. My team actually won it 2 years in a row, which is like the first time that's ever happened. But I came here because of the cost factor. It was the least expensive school I was looking at, and that combined with scholarships, and it had my major. And also I knew they were rebuilding as a baseball program, so I could play right away. So those were the biggest reasons why I came here.
Yale, there's actually a rumor going around that you actually wanted to go to Liberty University. Is that true?
Well, yeah, the mail that was sent to me from West Liberty, the stamp was over the West, so I thought I was going to Liberty University, which is a D1 program. But I ended up coming here and it turned out all right.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's all an accident.
All right, so we're going to talk about walk-up songs right now. So that's kind of like a key thing for a lot of players. When they walk onto the field, they want to hear something that's going to get them pumped up. Rhett, so what is your walkout song, and why did you pick it?
My walk-up song is Great Example by Kevin Gates, and it's like an up-tempo song. Gets me fired up for whenever I step on the mound. So,
That's, all right, Sean?
Mine is Secrets by Tiesto. I love my EDM music, so I had to choose something. It's not just gonna hype me up; it's gonna hype everybody else who watches home games. So.
And Greg, we didn't get to hear yours this weekend, unfortunately, but what is yours?
No, we didn't because Dell really likes to talk. On the
Somebody was
microphone.
talking over your walk-up.
Yeah, Dell
They
was
didn't
definitely.
play a walk-up.
No, nobody really got there this weekend because Dell likes to talk. But "It's in This Life" by Mike Stud. It just gets me hyped to go.
Get you hyped to go. All right, Yale? You have a
Mine's-
couple because you are a hitter.
I have a couple walk-up songs, but I'll talk about my pitching one.
Can we do your hitting?
Yeah, can we talk about your hitting one after?
Okay,
we
we'll talk
hear
about
it,
the hitting one
no.
after. But the pitching one is Holy Diver by Ronnie James Dio. It's like a real heavy metal song, and also a fun fact, Ronnie James Dio recently passed away. He's from my hometown of Cortland, New York, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, my hitting songs. I've got Strokin' by, what's his name?
Can you maybe sing a line or two for us?
No, I don't think I'll do that. But it's just the song's called "Stroking" because I want to be stroking the ball. And then the other one is "Whole Lot of Love" by Led Zeppelin because I mean, when you have a lot of love in your heart, you play baseball a lot better. So.
A whole lot of love and stroking. Wow, go hand in hand there. So, guys, can you tell us a little bit about your favorite moments here on the hilltop? Actually, on the field, not outside of the foul lines here. So, Reds, can you start us off?
favorite moment? Probably whenever everybody gets together in the outfield and everyone screams one team, one goal. I mean, I don't know. I just love whenever we all get together as one and let everybody know around here that comes to watch us who we are.
Reds, I'm sorry, I don't think they can hear you because of the fire alarm over there. But you know what? It's okay. Sean, you're up now.
Probably from stretching in the outfield back when Secor is here. What is it, 5 minutes with Secor? It was a good day. It's a good way to start our practice and games.
All right, Greggy?
Yeah, I would have to go something similar to Sean. Just whenever they take 5 minutes during the stretch, just 5 minutes with everybody to just go over how you lived your week, really, how you live your weekends.
It's great. It's really weird that you guys aren't picking moments on the field. You're just picking moments where you're stretching. It's kind of odd. Greg, you've been player of the week before, and you guys have all thrown really well, and I don't know why you're picking these weird moments. Yale, you're up. Let's top it off with a great one here.
I would have to say pretty much any comeback win that we've had has been a great moment for me just because we're always in the game no matter what, even when we're down big near the end of the game. Somehow we come back. That's why we get the nickname the Sandbag and Hilltoppers. No matter what the game score is or anything, we always seem to come back. So.
Yeah, now that's a good moment there. Now I have to ask you some serious questions. They were provided by Yale Hughes over here, so I guess I have to ask them. You guys did throw on 3 days rest this past week, and you guys threw exceptionally well. What do you do throughout the week to get prepared for a weekend start?
Just go to the trainer's room every single day and have them work in your arms, especially on a short like rest like we did last week. Lots of running, going to the gym, I don't know, just eating healthy. Just whatever you have to do to get it ready.
Yeah, and you can see right here, Sean is a student athlete. He always has his backpack on. He's ready to go. He's also got the water, so he's hydrated. Sean, how did you get prepared?
Well, I hydrate all the time, make sure I'm never thirsty,
It's good.
and I go to practice.
Good practice. That's how you get prepared. Wow. Okay, Greg.
Lots of time in the training room running, lifting weights, just eating right, all the above.
That's good. Yale, do you have any obscure answers here?
Well, basically the right combination of recovery work from lifting to cardio. I don't necessarily like running, but I do quite a bit of cardio. And eating right, getting your sleep in, naps. That's about it. You got to do the right thing every day if you want to come back on 3 days rest.
All right, just to go along the lines of that, how difficult was it to get your mind and your body ready for that 3 days rest? That's difficult.
I mean, it was a little bit difficult because I didn't really think I'd be able to do it because I haven't really pitched on 3 days rest in a long time. But when I thought about it, just mentally prepared myself and just said, get through it. Do what you have to do.
All right, Sean.
Just thought it was like reliving high school because I feel like, especially a lot of guys here, is probably on 3 days rest usually in high school. So just
So you were used to it. All right, Greg.
Just mentally prepared, just telling yourself that nothing's going to change. We're going to play either way, and you're going to pitch either way. So you just got to get ready to go.
Yale, I think it might be maybe a little bit harder for you because you're playing the outfield, also right field. So you're hitting. Your arms are always getting that movement, and you're also throwing balls in. So how were you able to do it?
I think a lot of it had to do with it being the first home series. So that really gave me that like extra motivation to do well. You know, pitching with the home crowd here and everything. They don't really care that you're on 3 days rest, so they want to see you perform. So I think that had a lot to do with it, and also being in the outfield was kind of tough. I had to try and limit my throwing from the outfield. I had to make a couple throws in the game, but in warm-ups and everything, I just kind of had to like take it easy just to make sure I was ready.
Understandable. Do you guys have an favorite Coach Burkle story or moment or saying? I know that this is a question I didn't ask you guys beforehand. I usually ask you guys, so maybe you want me to come back to that, Reds?
Yeah, come back and go now.
Do you have one?
I don't know. Whenever you say something, it's like, sure. I don't know.
I think whenever you have a favorite Burkle story, I just think you got to ask the rest of the band. Yeah, I really do. You just gotta get the whole band, just get them going.
Oh man.
Oh wait, the cough drop story. That's my favorite story.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to pick.
Is that one that has to
Coach
stay in the
Burkle
van, or
moment.
is that one that we can all?
Yeah, no, that's a stand.
Let's gotta stay in the van. All right.
It's got to be tough because a lot of them, you know, they're just his stories, and it's like we can't tell them the same. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All
That's
right.
a tough one.
So some of you guys live together. Rhett, Sean, Yale. They live in the baseball house across the street. Which one of you guys is the messiest roommates? Or in the house in general, who is the messiest roommate?
I would have to say Parker, but he's also the same.
My room's
downstairs
kind of
roommate.
messy.
See, I don't know because every time I go down the basement, you guys are always cleaning.
I'm always cleaning.
You're always cleaning, because it's always messy. His room's messy.
I don't know.
Meat
I
section. I think I'm just the cleanest
It's just
guy in the house.
the house as a whole. I think it might not be for one particular person, but it's just like every day it's like constant cleaning.
Understandable. All right. Who is the roommate that's going to most likely to wake you up at 3 in the morning?
It's either Rhett's yelling or Nick slamming a door.
Yes. That's,
Or
I would-
yells
I would
random
have to-
music that comes on at random.
Well, sometimes I do
times.
get music in my head, and then the only way to get it out of your head is to play it on the stereo as loud as you can. So, yeah, I don't know. It might be me, but
Because Yale lives like right below me. And the stereo, I swear to God, is like right below my bed.
All right. All right. What is your guys' favorite things to do outside of baseball?
just hang with friends, and just be with them as much as I can since they're all graduating and leaving me next year. So just want to be with my friends as much as I can.
Okay. Okay. John?
Associating with people. Ping pong, maybe.
All right. That's done. All right, Greg, you're up. What's your favorite thing to do outside of baseball?
Just hang out with the team, hang out with friends, I guess.
You guys don't like to play basketball, golf? That's
We
just,
can't play
we're not
basketball.
allowed to
That's
play
like
Not allowed to
literally
play
the number one
basketball.
rule.
I mean, you can go golf if you want.
Okay,
I know
do you like
some
golf?
guys go, yeah, I like to golf.
I like to golf.
I said ping
I like to golf, but I also like to watch Netflix documentaries.
Netflix documentaries. All right. So, you know how I end the show with some funny questions every time, and this first one goes to Retzer. Retzer, where are you from?
Ford City,
Ford City what?
Pennsylvania.
Can you spell Pennsylvania for me?
PENNSL.
Hey, I corrected myself.
All right, so Retzer, wow, that's something else right there. Retzer, this question's also for you. Without using your fingers to count, what is the 8th month of the year? You get 5 seconds.
The
8th month of the year.
August.
Nice.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah. It used to be October.
Dover, I don't know.
October. Let's go with October.
Wait, is this a trick? In the 8th month of the...
That's incredible. Okay.
August.
But Retzer went with October. So,
Oh, no, he said August. He said August.
guys.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
All right.
wait. I
So,
was whispering it to him, that's
so
why.
my notes show here that there's one more question for Retzer. 7 plus 6 is 12, or 7 plus 6 are 12?
It's 13.
Yes, Reds. Yes.
Guys.
Yes.
Good one.
Okay. Can you name all the oceans for me, Rets?
The Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and
Is it the Indian Ocean?
the Indian Ocean, maybe? No?
Yeah, no, that's definitely.
Pacific Ocean.
Okay, so, wow. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, sure.
You know, Rets did better than I honestly thought he would. But what?
Was that the
Can you spell the word werewolf for me?
W-A-R-E.
You heard it here, folks. First here, folks.
I'm not a very good speller, so bear with me.
Werewolf is spelled W-E-R-E-W-O-L-F.
Okay.
So, great job, Rets. You went 2
Thanks.
for 4. I mean, you know, great job.
That's batting 500. It's
That's
all right.
Hall of Fame right there.
Yeah. So, thank you for watching Inside Toppers Baseball. Be sure to check us out next week when we post another video.